Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Breaking the Fourth Wall. I'm Nathan Goff and I am joined today by the ever-present Matthew Burns, the bad boy of British wrestling. As you know, we've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, so the usual disclaimers are still there, people. I'm quite swear happy, my colleague isn't, so if you're easily offended by swearing, you might want to mute me for a little bit. But unfortunately, you can't actually see which one of us is talking, so it'd be pretty pointless. So you're probably quite used to us at the moment. So we're going to try the same order as a couple of weeks ago. We're going to do an intro, bit of a raw recap, and then we're going into wrestling's worst gimmicks, which will be an interesting one for anyone who wants to chirp in with us.
That one's going to be an interesting one because there's been so many bad gimmicks.
I think I can put yours in there as well. And then and then after we have Matt Burns doing his cheap plugs for where he's wrestling soon. And then also we've got the show's cheap plugs at the end. And then we're also going to give you a bit of an update on what we've got planned for Breaking the Fourth Wall, since it's a little project that we started about just coming up to 5-6 weeks ago now, and
I'd say about that, yeah.
We're happy with the direction that it's taking. We want more exposure, so we've had a little
chat.
We've had a chat, and we'll update you basically on the way that Breaking the Fourth Wall is going to go forward.
Well, if everything goes according to plan, we should hopefully get more views, more listeners, and possibly more fans listening to us and whatnot. But the one thing that we've always got to say with everybody who listens to us, don't be afraid to speak to us. Don't be afraid to send us a message. If you've got a question, a topic that you want us to cover, literally just send it to us. We will cover it. Because I've had somebody literally, they've not sent it through the Breaking the Fourth Wall page. They've sent it to me personally on the Matt Burns page. And I thought, why not bring it here?
Yeah, so we're going to cover that topic, but as it says, we don't bite. So just send us whatever you want to cover. We'll happily cover it for you. We are the People's Podcast. So without further ado or any gilding the lily, we're going to jump straight in at the raw recap.
Oh, straight in. And this isn't in officially in the actual Raw order.
No, we're going to try it a bit differently. We're going to try to get the matches covered first, then segments, and then have our views on Raw at the end. And for those over in America, this is how you do a crowd. Welcome to Britain.
Why am I expecting a certain plug later on for a certain segments? During a certain segment.
Yeah, but so Raw came from London, England today. The crowd, special shout out to the crowd. They were mental and they were brilliant.
When aren't they?
Like, if they could take that crowd with them, they should take that crowd with them everywhere.
I'm pretty sure that if Vince could do that.
Well, Dixie Carter tried with TNA.
That's Dixie.
Yeah, she tried to take the crowd everywhere with her in the Impact Zone.
And what happened?
NXT took over. So we're jumping in first with the Biggie Ryback match.
Yeah,
for Beat the Clock. I'm usually a big fan of Beat the Clock matches because, like, usually the first match on there lasts about 10 minutes and it's usually a good match.
Yeah.
This lasted about 5.
But then again, bear in mind who's in the match.
But it's Biggie versus Ryback. I remember once before Ryback could at least have a 5-6 minutes squash match when he was beating someone. But if it was going to be a fair match, he could have at least got 8 minutes out of him.
True. But this is a match that we sort of needed. We sort of needed some relevancy, but the big bruisers, so they're not going to be fairy tapping. They're going to be knocking each other around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
These are bruisers. They're not cruiserweights. They're not going to be flying around. They're not going to be technical. These guys are going to come at each other like a steam train, and they're going to want to hit each other with as much power and as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So by their standards, they want to end the match as quickly as possible. So in the sense of the big man versus big man sort of style, you can say sort of in between.
But Ryback sold Biggie's offense quite well. it was quite a one-sided match with Big E dominating.
I think it should have been sort of mixed a little bit because Ryback's no small guy, but the way he's been pushed lately, he's been more cannon fodder.
Yeah,
lately.
Which I don't understand. You know, he's got that look of an old-fashioned Goldberg,
and he's got he hasn't just got that. He's got that look of someone who. Would you want to really meet him in a dark alley?
No, have you seen what he eats? No, I was listening.
Yeah, I know. Practically everything.
I was listening to a Daniel Bryan interview ages ago.
You're about on NXT, aren't you?
No,
the original NXT.
No, he did it for a radio program. I think it was about 2 years ago. Because him and Ryback used to be travel buddies.
It was when it was on Tough Enough as well.
And
he got brought up.
Yeah, and him and Ryback used to be travel buddies, like for the WWE when they first broke in together, when they were both faces.
Yeah.
And they stopped off at a sandwich bar.
I've heard
and
this.
At the time, Daniel Bryan was a vegetarian or a vegan.
Yeah.
I think he was a vegan, so he wasn't a big fan of meat.
Yeah.
And he ordered this little poxy sandwich, as he described it, of just rabbit food.
Yeah.
Whereas Ryback went in and he ate a double meat sandwich that was the size of Bryan's head.
Yeah. When he literally asked for, feed me more, he really meant it at the time.
Yeah. So it was a good match. I didn't understand why Big E faced Ryback. I think it would have made more sense for him to face Rusev and have it end in a double count out.
True.
When both of them went blow to blow outside or something.
True, but I don't think they wanted Rusev and Big E feuding really. Cause
did you watch Raw last week?
Yeah, I did. But this week, I think this is sort of changed the direction.
Yeah, so it was pretty pointless. Like match would have made more sense.
It would have been. It would have been better. If I'm honest with you, I think it would have been a better idea what you just suggested if he went up against Rusev.
And it ended in no disqualification.
Yeah, because I think.
And then, wow, one match for Payback sorted. Booking 101.
Done.
WWE, if you want to hire me for a booking job, as I said a couple of episodes ago, you can find me at Breaking the Fourth Wall at Outlook.com. And my CV is happily there. So,
I love how you did that.
So the next match in the Beat the Clock series was Rob Van Dam versus Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio got little to no reaction. Van Dam was over.
Van Dam was sort of over.
It was over until he came back out later.
Yeah, but he was sort of over, but I didn't think the finish looked rubbish of the match.
Yeah, a quick roll up
and 1 minute worse is when Del Rio went for that kick, did he look like he wanted to take his head off? He sort of went, a little.
It was a bit of an all-star effort from Del Rio.
And it was straight into a roll up, and then he's like, "Oh, I've lost."
But it was all right. There was some nice spots, but then there was some sloppy. Like the kicks weren't sold properly. The roll up looked half-arsed as well for the win.
It did.
Like normally, if you're going for a quick roll up, I'd be expecting to see legs kicking, trying to get out, and there was none of that.
Their time and instincts were off. It just fell flat.
Yeah, the pacing was about half a second behind.
And the rest. It's I'll be honest with you. It's very strange. To them it could have felt like a millennium doing that, but it wasn't. It was just poor for what caliber they should be producing.
Like Van Dam's 46 now, but I still expect good quality out of Van Dam because he's in good shape.
He's in good shape. And Alberto could be doing this because he's being a bit disgruntled because he's not in the top spot.
But Del Rio, as I've mentioned before, if any of you don't know, Del Rio actually went in 2012 or 13. Del Rio was in the main event of all but one pay-per-view, and it was all for the World Heavyweight title, for those of you that aren't aware. Yeah. How can he be disgruntled? He came out about 3 years ago and says he only wants to be wrestling for 5 more years. So, you're in your 4th year now. Of course you're going to be used for mid-card jobbery.
Exactly.
You've had your time. Move over so someone else can have a go.
Make somebody else a star.
Reigns. So,
the next match.
It was just done with a cheap roll-up. I was disappointed it didn't win with 5-star frog splash. Like, there was a couple of times I was expecting to go for that corkscrew kick, and then straight jump up top, 5-star frog splash over.
And did you notice the complete mess up when it looked like he was about to call the Rolling Thunder?
Yeah, and like dropped his leg on his head.
Sort of ran, didn't even roll, continued, then tries to bump. It was like,
However,
looked a bit...
the leg drop that he tried seemed more like an arse drop.
It did seem like an arse drop, which
On his head.
didn't look right, didn't look safe. And then, next match.
I was disappointed in this match.
Why were you disappointed?
Because I really wanted Ziggler to win.
Ooh, hang on. You wanted Ziggler to win.
I have a Dolph Ziggler t-shirt, so.
Yeah, but you've also made comments that he isn't a top quality star.
He isn't a top quality star. He's a good star with potential to be good quality once he learns not to oversell.
Fair enough. But I thought he did some good stuff in this, but
Henry came out looking like a legitimate beast.
he did. But there was the only spot I've got to say about this match I didn't like was the famous thing. It just looked awkward as hell.
Yeah, because Henry looks like a tree. he is built like an half end house.
What made it more funny is the way he fell, and then Ziggler got up for as though got the commentator. Oh, he just barely got him with it. It's like, no. In fact, that looked like Henry just landed Ziggler on his head.
Yeah, it was quite hit and miss with that, but the rest don't like the zigzag. Awesome zigzag, and he only got two. He only got a 2 count, and then the buzzer went.
Oh, he didn't even get that, did he?
I think it was a 1 or a 2 count.
No, he didn't even get. He just about get the count, and he literally before the ref could hit the mat, literally went, and you could see him going, "Oh, damn it!"
It was a good match. Like Henry looks a lot in better shape than he did last year.
He looked solid.
Yeah.
He looked solid, but the question is with having these two faces, wouldn't it have been better as one of them being a heel?
I think Henry's better suited as the
heel.
Like, because his Hall of Pain stick
come on.
Is awesome.
It was awesome,
but the problem is Henry's one of them characters. He's been around since 97. 96.
Yeah.
We're now 2014. He's 18 years. He's getting to the area of where people will find it hard to boo him, just out of respect.
Yeah, correct. Whereas
Ziggler
is younger, but some of the stuff he's been doing, he's getting cheered for.
Yeah.
For his athleticism.
But I think it's easier to put Ziggler in a
heel
heel moment than it is Henry at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So our first match for Payback that we can cover now is RVD versus Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett should win.
Yeah, definitely, because RVD's been around for quite some time, and Barrett's has recently just won the title, and he needs to push. And I've overheard that WWE seems to be really big on Bad News Barrett,
which he should be.
He's managed to turn something. They've given him something that they might have considered that was garbage into something completely golden.
But you can tell he's enjoying the gimmick.
Oh, you can definitely tell. You can just see that smile when he literally even coins his catchphrase.
Like, he's enjoying the gimmick, and it works as well because he's getting across to the fans because he's still on the JBL and Cole show with Cody as well.
Oh, definitely.
And if you get a chance to watch the JBL and Cole show, I recommend it to anyone. It is a brilliant 5 minutes that breaks up the day.
That's from a wrestling fan. From a wrestler himself, I recommend you watch it as well because I watch it myself, and it's humour.
Yeah, it's good humour, and Renee Young's brilliant on it as well. So, I reckon Bad News Barrett will beat RVD.
Yeah.
It'll be a good match.
Well,
I reckon he'll either finish with Rigsland, or what I'd like to see is Van Dam going for his jumping thrust kick off the top rope, and he gets hit with the bull hammer.
Or even if he goes for like a frog splash or something.
And he gets hit with the bull hammer.
Mid-air.
Yeah. Like, I'm waiting to see.
That'll just be brutal.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see that come from Barrett. But he's adopting.
But we'll talk about Dan Pear a little bit later, if I'm not mistaken.
We might as well cover it now, since they're here.
Why not?
So, after the Ziggler-Henry match happened, RVD came out. He did his little Rob Van
RVD.
Dam impressions that he's been doing since ECW. The crowd cheered him a little off horse this time.
And then
After from behind, Barrett comes, bull hammer to the back of the head. RVD's out. He drops the belt on the floor about 2 foot away, and then he gives us one of Barrett's best promos to date.
Oh, that promo. I've got to say.
Saying that this Brit won't be beat by a bloody Yank.
It wasn't just that. I loved how he brought the fact of time into it. You may have beaten the clock, but we invented.
Yeah, but Greenwich Mean Time was invented in England, which is brilliant.
It's just how he did it. You knew he was doing it for his countrymen.
Yeah.
But you could clearly see how much he enjoyed doing that. And what was so good about that, I think they sort of seemed to allow him to do that so he can sort of get more heat on the Americans when he goes back.
Yeah, but also it's a case of he could be our first English world champion. I think it's at the moment it's a toss-up between him and Pac for which one wins the world title to be the first one in our country to be a world champion in the WWE.
If I'm honest with you, if there's going to be a choice between them pair, B&B.
Yeah, because he's over at the moment, but Pac is the man Gravity forgot. He is awesome.
Adrian Neville. If just WWE fans know, who didn't know Pac's independent name? It's Adrian Neville.
And he is awesome. So moving on, we have Cesaro versus Sheamus in what was a brutal European punch fest. To borrow JR's phrase, this was a slobber knocker.
You knew it wasn't going to end in a submission.
Oh, this wasn't meant to be a technical masterpiece. This was meant to be a fight.
Proper barroom brawl, whatever they wanted.
And you can actually see Sheamus was enjoying it, like the smile was coming out.
Oh, you can see it.
And Cesaro and Heyman's doing more good for Cesaro now. He's teaching him how to... I think Heyman's grooming him to be one of the top stars, like he did with Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar first came in.
I like the finish.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it from that move, though.
No.
But it was good that they did it. Literally, Heyman did the distraction. Sheamus is focusing on Heyman. And then out of nowhere, Cesaro just literally German suplexed Sheamus completely almost out of his boots.
Yeah.
Lands him perfect. 1, 2, 3. And what was so clever, even though it's a non-title, Sheamus just, fair enough, admitted, you can see it on his face, he's smiling, he's playing his character really well. Put one there, fella. You got me, fair enough. You cheated, but you still got me. But then, they didn't have the shake-off, so does that mean Cesaro's going to be going for the US title?
I don't want him to. I just want it to be a one-off.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want him to, because then there's been rumours that Sheamus might be going up against B&B to unify
the titles.
Possibly, but
this was a good slobber knocker fight.
It's a good watch.
Blows to the chest. Good high impact moves. A little bit disappointed with the finish, but I can deal with it.
Because the German.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh no, it wasn't the German. It was Paul Heyman.
Distraction.
Yeah. Cesaro's good enough to get the win clean.
Okay, yeah. I get what you mean.
But yeah, it's fine. And Sheamus is bringing more prestige back to the United States title. He's been on telling more than the last 3 holders who have had it have been, apart from Ambrose. But Ambrose never bought the title out with him when he was champion half the time. So I kind of forgot Ambrose was champion at times.
Ouch. Shall we move on to your favourite there?
Summer Rae's back.
In case people don't know, or people who've listened to us, they probably already know that Nathan here is a massive Summer Rae fan.
Oh, she's awesome.
Would you care to enlighten him?
So we were going into this match. It was Fandango versus Layla. Layla back in her home country.
No, it wasn't versus Layla.
Oh no, Fandango and Layla. It was probably Fandango versus Layla in the locker room. But it was it's Fandango and Layla versus R-Truth and Naomi.
I think it was Naomi.
I think it was Naomi. I wasn't really paying attention to the Funky Dactyls.
Unfortunately, we do apologise on which one it was.
Oh no,
the storyline sort of took over.
Oh no, it was Naomi because Cameron doesn't wrestle that much because she can't. She's just there to look good. So it was Naomi. Naomi's a good one who actually deserves a Divas title shot. She was unlucky when Oksana did her iron, so
yeah,
that was fine. So it was going. They were about to start. Layla comes out, not Layla. Summer Rae comes out and dips Fandango, like actually dips him into like a kiss pose, and I swear to God, it's supposed to be the other way. Well, like she literally swooned him.
No. Bear this in mind. Fandango, a few minutes before Summer Rae, did that to Layla.
Yeah, sloppy seconds.
And then Summer Rae comes in and literally snugs the hell out of Fandango, as though this is how a woman really kisses Layla.
And then after, I miss Joey Styles just for the legendary.
You wanted to hear that word, didn't you?
I wanted to hear the one word that ECW fans all over the world used to love hear Joey Styles scream.
Go on.
Cat fight! Which was just there. It was missing. Like, JBL could have done it. He could have gone in the immortal words of Joey Styles. Cat fight. Just
coined it.
Yeah, just next time it happens, so if you're listening, JBL, this is from one radio to another radio. Just mention it. But
nice,
it was
nice.
I think it's leading to Layla versus Summer Rae at Payback.
Possibly.
I'd be alright if that was a pre-show.
Yeah.
If it's a pre-show, that's fine. If that gets on the main pay-per-view and the Divas title doesn't, there's something wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
So, pre-show, fine, because it's a storyline, it's more there.
It's a triangle. It's a love triangle. It's not. It wouldn't be considered massive news, but shall we move on to the next bit?
Yeah, which was Rusev versus Heath Slater. Heath Slater and the Union Jacks. I called it. I said it last week. The Union Jacks came.
But come on. They are... 3MB are absolutely fan favourites in Britain. They've got to be, especially with them Union Jacks outfits. And it was good that WWE picked up on that and put them in a face situation. Unfortunately, all three of them got literally decimated.
Yeah, it wasn't even like close to a match.
But one thing I did like is straight away when Rusev run at Heath Slater and Slater got a little bit of offense.
Yeah,
you can hear the crowd.
It's a bit like a quote from X-Men First Class when they're on about a war and she says a war implies that both sides have a fair chance of winning. Well, any match involving Rusev and anything in the low cards. It isn't a war.
It's not a war.
It's a bit like a one-legged man going into an ass-kicking contest.
It's basically it's a hostile takeover.
Yeah, Rusev just walks in and crushes. I didn't like Oksana's Lorna's dress colour. You know, I aren't a big fan of like the grey, the grey and beige. You know, go back to red, blue. You could even try yellow or pink.
But you like the accent though, don't you?
The accent's brilliant for put on American, which is it's quite impressive. But Rusev crushes Slater in a match that was
destruction.
Yeah,
one way to put it, and an instant tap out.
So the match I was disappointed with next.
This one angered me. It angered me because I can say it angers me because
this angers me for two reasons. One of them will probably be the same as yours.
Go on.
You go first.
She's in England. She's in England.
Any other wrestler that goes to their hometown is normally booked to win, unless your name is Bret Hart.
Right, and what makes it worse is, in this situation,
they only come to England twice a year.
Champion.
But they only, no, I don't mind the losing as a champion.
No.
That's fine. You only come to England twice a year.
Twice a year.
Both times she's here, if she's on the card to wrestle on the main show, I don't care who she's against. You can put her against John Cena. She should pin John Cena. This is her crowd. She should get the win.
Yeah.
A British athlete or a European Or I don't care where you're from. If Coley went to India, Coley should be booked to win a match. I don't care if it's against the Brooklyn Brawler. He should still be booked to win it.
Correct. What WWE should have done here is defended Paige. Even if they could have done one thing, two things, I think. Put them in separate matches, have Paige be dominant in her match, and have Alicia Fox be dominant in hers.
Or have Paige face someone like Oksana, have her beat her, have Alicia Fox come out after, beat her down or something like that, or just say to her, I'm still doing my crazy shit, whatever, I aren't bothered.
I'm here, you're not getting rid of me.
I won you last week, or
no,
I aren't bothered how to do it, but she's in England. She's supposed to win on time. She's only here twice a year.
Okay, they can make out she's young and whatnot, but the problem is,
it didn't even happen the proper way. She put it between the turnbuckles and kicked it. It was like an half-hot. She didn't even get that much offence.
It was damaging. It was baffling.
That was like being put down to slaughter, and she's back home, for God's sake.
Personally, I can see that one being possibly booked for Payback.
Which it is, but...
Oh, it is.
There was no harm in doing that match next week, back in the US.
Correct.
So, next segment is Adam Rose coming out to the London crowd, and that song, Over Here, is over. The gimmick is stupid as hell, but the song's over.
It is so over. And
JBL keeps making me laugh. God, how's that bunny got past import? Has it had its tetanus shots?
JBL on that is brilliant, but it was very nice for me to see somebody in the actual all the lemons.
Go on.
A fellow British wrestler, Zach Gibson. Not many people may know which one that one was. If I mentioned what he was wearing, you couldn't miss him. He was wearing like a burger top, or it stood out.
Well, he actually got a shout on tally from Adam Rose himself. Yeah. Look at the cheeseburger.
Yeah, correct. Straight away, look at the cheeseburger. That was Zach Gibson. He's been known as Zach Diamond Gibson, but he generally at the moment he's going under Zach Gibson. And I can see you're doing the brainchild in your head.
Oh no. I've got a bit of Rosebud trivia for you after, but you can carry on.
But it's good to see a fellow British wrestler, even though it's not a wrestling role or whatever. He's still got on the TV, and I'm glad for him. I'm happy for him.
Okay, so my Rosebud trivia: which two active WWE superstars have actually been Rosebuds on tally?
Eugene.
Active.
Oh, go on.
Have a guess.
Really?
Oh, yes.
You're not going to say JTG, are you?
No. Even though I'm still convinced he's a third one.
You're expecting him to be the bunny?
Pardon?
You're expecting him to be the bunny?
Yeah. The bunny was... It was quite impressive.
Come on.
No, have a guess at some of the roster.
I don't know. We'll be here all day.
We've got 32 minutes for you, have a guess. It's fine.
I'm sorry, but we haven't got enough time. We've got a lot to cover here.
Okay, well, have a guess at some of the roster that you haven't seen on tally for a while, but is still signed.
Alex Riley?
No.
Miz?
No.
Being sarcastic. Really? I'm just trying to think now.
One of them used to have a YouTube show.
You've got to be kidding me.
Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
Or Mr. I'm resorting to my last resort.
Yeah, he's been a Rosebud on tally.
Zack Ryder.
Yeah, so Zack Ryder got TV time as a Rosebud.
Was his face even shown?
Don't know, but I did some research on who's been Rosebuds recently, and there's one more that I found quite surprising.
Go on.
Justin Gabriel.
Justin Gabriel?
Yeah.
Well, he has been on for a while, has he?
No.
And is he from the same country as him?
Yeah, South Africa.
Yeah. So you never know. They could branch it out, where some of the Rosebuds become wrestlers. Could be their returning moments. couldn't it?
Yeah, so we'll move on to the main event.
I think we shall.
Yeah, so we have Rollins versus Batista.
What do you think of it?
Good match. I think they're giving Batista some chance to get his win sorted back out, so he isn't being slow in matches.
Yeah, but
because he's still stumbling a bit.
he is a bit. But it was nice for him to be in against Seth Rollins because it seemed like Rollins sort of
Paced it nicely for him.
yeah.
Whereas him versus Reigns is always going to be
Bump, 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 bump.
these are the spots. You've got 7 minutes. But yeah, it was nice.
Hold your breath.
Yeah. So it was a nice match, quite back and forth. Orton and Triple H had a bit of work in there as well, and everything along
As
them
expected.
lines. Yeah. So it was just nice. We found out at Payback it'll be a no holds barred elimination match.
Which is good.
Yeah. So
Is it elimination?
yeah. So who do you reckon will be if it goes down to 1-on-1? Who do you reckon the 1-on-1 will be? I'm calling Triple H and Reigns. Or I reckon that we might find the 4th member of Evolution at Payback.
True. But there is technically, well, if you've been on to WWE.com, there is technically a 4th member of the Shield,
Yeah, Joey Mercury.
which is so you didn't see it.
The Shield class him as a good friend because he does quite a lot of talent work in the back now, helping people out.
And I've got to say, he's very clever to do what he's done.
Yeah, he's moving into the back. He's helping people with the characters and movesets.
Yeah, but with somebody who's so young, you'd expect him to be so thirsty. But if you read the article, you'd be surprised. It's nice.
I think he's making best with what he's got because I think he realised that he was. His time to get in the upper card had been and gone.
Yeah.
Like after Eminem, with Nitro, Molina, Mercury.
Yeah.
So I think he's gone, right, I could probably do some use as a trainer. I can help people with their flaws and help them get a good set.
Yeah.
Which is what he's been doing with the Shield.
And it's working.
Yeah. He's doing a good job there.
Anyway.
So Stephanie McMahon comes out in one of the main event segments.
Oh, and I loved how she even had to coin B&B.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that accent she put on
was tragic. So she came in there. She just on about how she doesn't want to strip Daniel Bryan of the title. She wants him to forfeit it. Surgery's gone well. It wasn't a really bad neck surgery. It was just a small surgery just to get rid of a few problems that have occurred. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
But we'll have to just see how things go in the next upcoming weeks.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if he has to give it up. But where could they lead it if he's got to give up the title?
Yeah.
That'd be the next question.
And then the main event is John Cena v Luke Harper.
Whenever these pairs go at each other, I know there's going to be a brutal clothesline somewhere.
There usually is.
There always is. There's always a brutal clothesline.
Yeah, like it's going well. I enjoyed the end of the segment, but the match itself, we've seen it quite a while now, and
yeah,
like I wouldn't have minded if the Wyatt family, like if Harper and Rowan had gone up against the Usos, we've seen her in the Usos corner, and Bray on the other end. Like I could have dealt with that. But like, I'm getting used to the Cena versus the Wyatt matches. Like, they need to give it something fresh.
Yeah.
Like the Last Man Standing match, I'm looking forward to, and it was a nice segment to end Raw.
It'd be good.
But we need to find a new way to keep this feud going. Like, it's a good feud. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving it. The promo works brilliant. It's just the matches
he's got the whole...
I love that. It's the matches that are getting a bit stale. It isn't the promo work, it's the matches.
It seems to be...
Where...
And every time it's in the build-up, it's Cena versus Rowan, Cena versus Harper.
Yeah, whereas before, if you had a main event feud, the guys didn't touch each other until the pay-per-view.
They didn't necessarily need to, but and yet Cena and Wyatt have been kicking the crap out of each other day in, week out.
Yeah, like they could do some mind games with Cena or something. Like, kidnap Nikki Bella if you want.
No, you know, we're not actually suggesting that WWE. Just so you know, just remember, CV breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, you know, like do something where they abduct Nikki Bella to see if they can get Cena to find his breaking point.
And if necessary, that could turn Nikki a little bit to sort of try to warp Cena.
Like Bray could try to turn her into Sister Abigail, because we've been hearing about Sister Abigail. We've never seen it.
Exactly.
So they could try to like have Nikki possessed. I know it's a bit out there, and like we haven't seen a storyline like that since the Attitude Era, but surely it could be done now.
Come on, I think they could do that, seeing as they did the mysterious mask.
Yeah.
Mystery.
Yeah, but it's just one of them. Like, but I wouldn't want it to turn out like the cheesy Chucky story that WCW had.
Oh, you had to go there, but more on that later.
Yeah, so it's good. I'm looking forward to it, but it's at Payback. Does WWE still have Breaking Point as a pay-per-view?
I'm not too sure. I think it might have been a one-off, but it would have been a good one to keep.
Yeah, like I've the feud there, the feud there.
But to
when
be honest
when
with you,
Cena finds his breaking point,
if they really want to continue this feud, the only way I can see this feud continuing is neither man make the count. Neither.
I'm thinking Sister Abigail through the stage, and the stage collapses, if they have the ramp that they used to have,
or something
that slants down.
No, but you get the idea. Something they need something where they both can't get up.
Yeah, so like Muhammad Hassan went through the stage after the Undertaker lost riding him. Why not have something where Bray Wyatt gets really annoyed and it's just Sister Abigail,
but bear in mind,
both of them
this brings up the fact that what Bray Wyatt has already said, he doesn't have to win.
No,
John Cena. He just has to keep pummeling, keep working. Psychological. Keep it going.
So yeah, just work on it. Like,
keep working on it, WB.
Yeah, there's got to be something there. So
overall, what did you think?
Good Raw. An England crowd was brilliant.
England crowd was brilliant. Shame about the hit and misses with Paige and whatnot.
Yeah, but overall, good show.
Yeah, overall, good show. You know, we'll have to see what they do with SmackDown later tonight, because as you may not know, this is being recorded right now on Friday, before SmackDown's being aired.
Yeah, and someone's going to try to get this up on Saturday instead of Sunday.
Bear this in mind, you know exactly why I couldn't upload it last week.
I know.
I had some unfortunate news, but I'm not going to get on that. That's personal.
But this time, it should be up by Saturday. It should be up
by Saturday.
So, moving on, do you want to cover your wrestling shows now, and then we'll go into the worst wrestling gimmicks? Or do you want to do gimmicks first?
Actually, let's do the upcoming shows, because it won't take too long.
Go on.
For me, I'm actually, just so everybody knows, I've got a number of shows coming up, and I've got a very, very busy schedule.
You're actually escaping the Midlands, aren't you? Have you got your passport ready?
You always know I've always got my passport on me at all times.
And have you got your car?
Very funny. Very, very funny. I don't need a carer. I can walk under my own weight. I can do everything. I can drive. I can do everything. I know. I can talk.
Go on.
I don't bite people.
No, he just licks them.
I'm not bad. Listen, I am a human being. I'm normal.
Right, so why are you wrestling
as normal as can be. Basically, I'll be wrestling this Sunday for FCW.
Florida Championship Wrestling?
No, this is not Florida Championship Wrestling. This is in Britain, in Dudley. This is, I think it's Future Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
Which I'm not too sure what match I'm in on that, but it's gonna be quite interesting. I know that they've got a Rumble, so I'm most likely in that anyway. I'm guaranteed in that, so it should be an interesting show regardless. Slam Wrestling. I've got a number of shows in one location. Surprisingly, I've got 3 shows for Slam, but over 2 days. On the Tuesday, I've got 2 shows. On the Wednesday, I've got 1 show, and this is all being located in Breen Sands.
Where's Breen Sands based?
Off the top of my head, it's a leisure park.
Okay, but whereabouts? There's thousands of them in the UK.
Funny. I think it's most likely near. I know I've got to drive to through Hendersford, I believe it is. I always get the pronunciation wrong.
Hednesford.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I know. Where's my car?
Point proven. Right, so you're there doing a free show over 2 days.
If anybody looks up Green Sands, there's only one Green Sands Leisure Centre. It's actually, it's massive.
Yeah,
it's massive.
So you're there. If anyone wants to get him a drink, the bar's on free for him. So if you want to drink, actually, he'll get you one.
Cheeky. It's not free for me. It's not free for me. You should know better than that.
And then after you come back Thursday, you got a day off Thursday, and then after he's at United Wrestling, which is up at the Sutherlands Community Project, otherwise known as
reality bids.
So if you want to come watch him, I'll be there. There's a couple of people who are going to be there with me.
We could name a number of matches on there because they've got quite a good card.
Well, all of them have been... Actually, we won't name them.
Better yet.
If you go to United Wrestling and like the Facebook page, you'll actually find the matches all there. All 6 of them have been announced. A couple of the stars that are going to be there is Breaking the Fourth Wall's own Matt Burns.
Tagging up with Scott Schuyler.
You're going to have Scott Schuyler. You're going to have young... Jürgen
is there.
Jürgen Heimlich.
As you stated last week, is your favourite wrestler.
From United Wrestling. He's brilliant. So you'll have him there. You've also got Dave Dalvecchio. Is he there this week?
Is he not on the card from what I've seen?
No, he isn't. But we do have a returning star.
We do. That we do. We have Joseph Connors coming back.
And then we also have a returning star in the tag team action as well.
Yes, we do. Would you care to name them?
No, you can.
David Callas?
Yeah.
And go on. I think it's David Brookside.
Yeah. So
he's not a return.
Everyone's
he's not
there.
A return. He's actually a debut.
Yeah.
Where David Callas is, he's returning, but
yeah.
I have no idea what they're going to be bringing to the table.
It's a tag team match, though, isn't it?
No, I don't know what they're going to be bringing to the table because they're against me and Skylar.
Yeah.
So I'm actually wondering if me and Skylar are going to be able to get on the same page because let me just mention this, folks. Me and Scott Skylar at United Wrestling have never tagged together.
And still,
it's the first time.
And still on Facebook, I've not seen any recommendation of a song that they could come out to together. Come on, people. There's got to be someone out there that could come up with a really cheesy song.
We're listening.
You know, I've recommended Blue for them to come out to. But if anyone's got a decent song choice, I'm sure we can put it forward to them. If you want to come watch, tickets are £5 for an adult, or you can have a family ticket, which is 2 adults, 2 children. It's £14. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 7.
I think it's actually between £14 and £16. I think
it's 14. I had a look.
You had a look, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's £14. So
it's a bargain. It's a bargain.
One of your kids gets in free.
But also, if they're clever enough, from time to time on the United page, they do a free family ticket as well.
Yeah, if you like, through a raffle that happens there as well, and most importantly, there will be a bar which does open at 7 o'clock. So if you want to find me there and you can't be able to send me an email, I'll be happily propping up the bar.
Don't you mean being served by the bar, not propping it?
I will be propping the bar up.
What to accustom you there?
Yeah. If you're seeing a line of Guinness from one end to the other, it's mine.
Brilliant. Well, that's the upcoming shows all cut and dusted.
So, worst wrestling gimmicks.
This is the topic I got given by a fan that sent it to me personally. Worst wrestling gimmicks. There's been so many bad gimmicks. I don't even know where to begin. Would you care to go? Don't you even dare hit the one I think you're going to mention right now?
I had a quick shout earlier when he mentioned it to me that we were doing worst wrestling gimmicks. I mentioned the gobbledygooker.
Oh, that was just cringeworthy. Bastion bugger.
Yeah, you mentioned the boogeyman.
Oh, yes.
Which I actually had an argument for this. The boogeyman was half considered a success, so I didn't consider it a worse wrestling gimmick.
I think it's a bad gimmick because of the fact that he got put into as a good guy role when he's menacing looking.
Yeah, like he started off quite funny.
He should have been a heel.
Like Gillian Hall, when she first came in as
It
that
did her a favour.
publicist,
It did her a
with
favour.
whatever the hell that was on the side of her face,
It was a thing.
the thing,
It was it there. It
Yeah.
was it there.
and that was horrible when he bit that off.
That was just gross.
Like, that's when his gimmick took. Like,
Plummet.
yeah, like, but Gillian should never have been given that on her face.
No, she should never have been given that. No.
No.
But moving. Oh, we can include it with that bloody thing on her face.
Yeah, and then the singing gimmick was awful.
Oh, good God. That
So
was awful.
Gillian Hall's had 2 bad gimmicks. She's still playing one of them now. God knows
Who
why.
else would you consider? Oh, wait. I've got one. Ready for the Shockmaster?
I was just about mentioning the Shockmaster.
That was abysmal.
Didn't Kevin Nash play the Shredder?
Yes, he did.
That was an awful gimmick.
That wasn't a gimmick in wrestling. He didn't use it in wrestling. You just like the fact that I was your most hated person brought that up. But he did have some bad gimmicks as well. He had Oz. Do you remember that one?
No, I'm probably a bit
Trust
young
me.
to remember us.
Trust me, it was not good. Then you had Vinny Vegas.
Who else have we had?
Oh, Glacier. Glacier. Did you ever get a chance to see that?
No.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Rico had an awful gimmick.
No, if you ever looked at Glacier, I'm not kidding you. If you saw the gimmick, the build-up, the outfit, you just look at him and just think someone in WCW had a lazy day while they were playing Mortal Kombat. Because they just blatantly ripped off Sub-Zero.
We had Seven as well.
Oh, that was bad.
Good promo. Awful character.
The promo was good because they actually let him cut it so he can come out of character. Because the problem with that is it had a bit of a touchy subject.
Actually,
Well,
I need to rephrase what I've just said. Good promo. The character that Dustin Reynolds played was awful. Dustin Reynolds himself is brilliant. He's doing some of the best work of his life at the moment.
The problem that they had in this situation is the promos was trying to get creepy, but it didn't just look creepy. It looked more, let's just say, lock your kids up.
If you haven't seen it, message me. I'll send you a link.
You may be warned.
Yeah, so Rico had a bad
it
gimmick.
gives the wrong message anyway.
Rico had a bad gimmick.
Which one?
The one where he was a gay fashion artist for Billy and Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
But there's another one when they turned Billy and Chuck gay.
But he made up for it because of the fact they were making it out it was a joke.
Yeah, but I didn't like that one.
But they got the heat that they wanted.
Yeah, they got the heat that they wanted. It was a bit of a shit gimmick, but... where else are we going?
Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was an awful gimmick. Was the Giant Gonzalez really that tall, or was it a man on stilts? Because that outfit that they made him wear, it was like a full-on bodysuit.
Yeah.
You know, the Great Khali is that tall at the moment, and they don't make him wear that horrible suit.
The problem that they had with it is the outfit that they kept changing. On one of them, he literally come out and it looked like he didn't have any hair where he should have had hair, and unfortunately he looked more like a Ken doll. I'm pretty sure that most Barbie Girl lovers will get that reference, or should I say a really bad G.I. Joe for the kids.
But, so that's a bad gimmick in that sense. There's been loads.
Basically, he was a supposedly 8 foot tall eunuch.
Well, he was 7'6", wasn't he? He was billed as 7'6".
But they were making out he was 8 foot.
Yeah, I think at WrestleMania when he faced The Undertaker, he was billed as 7'4", 7'6",
but
and The Undertaker was billed at 6'10".
But the one thing you can say with the guy is, how many guys does take have to look up at? How many?
Big Show.
That's one.
Was he around when did he ever face Andre?
No.
Kane?
A little bit. I mean, actually, physically, has to crank his neck up.
Khali?
2.
Gonzalez?
There you go.
So only about 3 of them.
3. But
maybe Morgan. Maybe Matt Morgan.
Maybe.
Because Matt Morgan was billed as 7 foot something.
Yeah, maybe. But
So you could
yeah.
possibly put Matt Morgan in that one as well.
But other than that, oh man, that was bad.
But yeah, so there's just a couple of shouts for the worst wrestling gimmicks off the top of our heads.
Would you right? Let's go for one more. I'd say just one more bad shout out. What would you say? And one more for one more, just one more bad gimmick.
Well, I'll let you go.
I've got to go. Oof, that Beaver Cleaver, whatever it was. That was just wrong.
Now, I'm going to go for a bad funny gimmick. Like, I think it was appropriate for the time, and you can tell that Triple H and Vince and Shawn were responsible for this.
Oh.
Maybe not as much Shawn, because he'd just become a born-again Christian, but you could definitely tell this was a Vince McMahon orientated gimmick with Triple H in his ear. I thought the gimmick was hilariously good, but it's also bad when you look at it, because it was something you wanted to turn away from, but you couldn't. Big Dick Johnson.
Oh, you had to go there.
Actually, one more. Mae Young's son, the Hand.
Oh, that's it.
So there you go. There's wrestling's worst gimmicks. Shout out to Big Dick Johnson. It took a lot of balls to play that character.
No kidding.
Because Big Dick is probably about just, I'd say maybe he's got 4 stone on me. And with my build now, I wouldn't wear a thong to the ring.
But then again, he's probably got paid well.
Yeah. I'd want an extra 0 on whatever they paid him if they wanted me to wear a thong to the ring, because I'm pretty out of shape.
That's just insane. But hats off to him for doing what he did.
Yeah. So that's the show for today. We're just going to wrap up with some cheap plugs. So we're going to do this differently. I'll get mine out the way first. So you can contact me through Breaking the Fourth Wall webpage, which is on Facebook. You can find us there. Also, you can find us on Outlook through bt4woutlook.com. You can find me on Facebook at Nathan Goff, or if you message Breaking the Fourth Wall, it'll come there. There's Twitter as well, which is Wrestling's Fourth Wall. And then you can also, if you really want to get through to me, you can find me on Skype. Just search nath.alex.goff, and then you'll find me through Skype.
Fair enough. I didn't expect the Skype plug, but nice one on you. For me, if you want to contact me, shall I get your favourites out the way, or shall I save that for last?
You can find him at Matt Bad Boy Burns. Yes, Bad Boy has been bracketed for it.
It's not actually in brackets, it's literally Matt Bad Boy Burns.
So you can find him there, and then I'll let you do the rest now. I've got the favourite one out the way.
I knew you'd want to get that one out the way, because that's your favourite. I thought you wanted to save that for last, but why not? You can find me on Matt Burns UK on Facebook. You can contact me through email, which is mattburns04@hotmail.com. As you already know, you've got Twitter.
Is 04 the number of matches that you've won?
No, that was very funny. That was the year I actually started my email process. I've bear this in mind, I have been wrestling for a number of years. So, and won a few titles. Yes, I have. Look it up in my history.
He's also lost them titles, folks.
One of them I didn't lose.
So where else can we contact you?
I think we just covered the bases, haven't we?
So you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter.
And YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube as well.
YouTube.
You can find him on YouTube.
You can find me on YouTube on literally Matt Burns TV.
Yeah. And then if you contact him through Facebook and Twitter, if I don't answer, he will.
I guarantee it. If one of us will answer you as soon as possible, but bear in mind, I might not be as
free next week
as you. Even though you're going to be stuck doing a 9 to 5 job, where with me
9 to 5. I wish it was 9 to 5.
Okay. Doing multiple hours at work, at least you will be comfortable in a chair, not getting beat up or bruising your knuckles.
Yeah, and we also just want to mention before the show closes, today we've agreed that we're going to start launching a web page, because we had a look at trying to upload one of the articles, well I did anyway, that I'd writ, onto Facebook, and it didn't look right, so I didn't post it on there. I've been saying for a couple of weeks that I'd post one. I tried it. I had a look how it looked first, just on a dummy page. I didn't think it looked professional, because you need to click on show more. It was doing me head in. So today we've had a word. We're going to start the process next week, which we've hopefully got the web domain sorted. So,
but unfortunately, we can't name the web domain yet. Unfortunately, because we need to make sure we've got it officially.
Yeah. So we've hopefully got that sorted. We've got it agreed in principle today. And we're paying that next week. So the web page is under the way, so we can start posting articles, post videos up there as well. Matt will probably post some of his wrestling matches up that he's done over the couple of weeks that we've been doing this as well. So
or if necessary,
you'll get to see him wrestle.
I could possibly bring up some of the old stuff.
His new stuff's better, so you'll want to watch the new stuff.
I'm not about that. I'm not about the really old stuff. I'm not on about the old. Oh, good God, the blonde streaks. I'm like, don't even go, good God.
So things are moving forward. Pardon me. Moving forward. So all that's left to do now is support your local wrestling shows. I will be next week. If you wanted to find us, we're more than easy to find, and we hope to see some of you at bids.
We hope to see you at bids or Sutherland's.
Yeah. So you've been listening to myself, and my name's Nathan Goff, and
you've been listening to me, Matt Burns, the Funk Soul Brother, the bad boy of wrestling, the bully boy Burns, whatever name you want to call me.
Sonia Jackson.
Apart from that.
So you can find us later. Other than that, though, folks, have a good week and share us out there.
Please share us out.